So you're doing a little bit of research on one of the most luxurious and bougiest apartment complexes in all of Uptown Dallas, then you're going to want to check out this video. So the Selene is one of the most unique properties in the entire DFW area, and I am going to cover every single nook and cranny of this building. Pricing, incentives, the leasing team, property management company, the gym, the pool, the dog park. So that way you can get an idea on if the Selene would be a good fit for you. And if it's your first time swinging by the channel, welcome. My name's Lucas, and I'm an apartment locator here in Dallas, and every single day I help folks relocate to new apartment complexes all over the Dallas area. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I cover, feel free to drop me a line. All of my information is below in the description, and I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. Without any further ado, let's go check out Selene. Selene is a boutique apartment building, meaning there are only 146 units here that consists of 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and penthouses, all built into 12 floors. So you're not going to have tons and tons of people filtering through the hallways and the common areas. And just by walking around the building, it's actually pretty quiet and peaceful, which I think is important to note when you take into account paying $3,500 a month for a 1 bedroom here. But when the building is at 100% capacity, it will have anywhere from 250 to 300 residents total. And just by walking into the lobby, I felt like I was walking into the Venetian Hotel in Vegas. And if you haven't been there, it's got one of the most alluring lobbies in the entire city. But here at Selene, you're going to have a 24/7 concierge, valet parking, sky lounge, a pool, gym, dog park, and a dog wash. And we are going to cover all of it. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time here in the beginning talking about the neighborhood, of which I think is super important and will help you justify the cost of living here. So we are right off of Maple Avenue, which is central to a wide variety of walkable popular restaurants like Nick and Sam's, Moxie's, Trulux, Flower Child. Not to mention the Whole Foods off of McKinney Avenue is literally a quarter mile away from your doorstep. Then you've got Total Wine, which is about a mile away. And then you have a Chipotle, which is about half a mile away. And I've had a couple of friends that lived in this building, and I've also had phone calls with the staff in terms of folks that have worked here and folks that have used to work here. And in terms of safety, this is one of the most secure areas in all of Dallas. It is not unusual to see people walking their dogs at 11 o'clock at night or just walking home later in the evening. And when you sign up to live at Selene, you are paying for a lifestyle. Half of the residents don't even live here full time because maybe they live out of state or they have a house in the Dallas suburbs and they just need somewhere to lay their head down when they visit downtown Dallas. And obviously this isn't going to be a building where your neighbors are going to be college kids or even recent college grads. You might even come across a few, but the majority of the folks that I know that have lived here have higher paying jobs, anywhere from engineers, lawyers, and doctors. Parking here is going to be a no-brainer. In terms of guest parking, you have the first level of the garage here, which is just off to the side of the building, and it is absolutely free. And then guests can also use the complimentary valet parking anytime after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then in terms of resident parking, you're going to have 2 levels within the parking garage, which is located right here outside of the lobby. And then walking up to the clubhouse here on the 10th floor, this is going to be your work from home area. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller of a lounge than the majority of the buildings that I've been making videos on. But if you know anything about the Selene, you know that it is going to be quaint, quiet, peaceful, exclusive, and that's the vibe that they're kind of going for here. And like I said earlier in the video, half the people that live here don't even live here full time. So if you do live here full time and if you work from home, expect to have this lounge all to yourself the majority of the time. Again, I was here at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and I think there was only one other person in here. So make sure to keep this in mind. And the pool is also up here on the 10th floor. And as you can imagine, it's going to be a little smaller and far more intimate than any other pool area of any building that I know of here in the Dallas area. So it's not going to be like the video I did over the National where you've got a humongous resort style pool and poolside service. But you do get towel service here, as well as 4 separate cabanas. And then there's a pergola here in the back that has a grill, as well as bar stools for when you want to host with friends and family. And another caveat to the pool area, I kind of like that they have it up here on the 10th floor because you've got a pretty cool view of some of the buildings nearby, as well as the very well-known Crescent Hotel. In terms of the gym, I was actually kind of surprised by how much space you have up here. I hate it when apartment buildings try to fit 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound bag, and you don't have a ton of equipment up here, but you have enough to get a solid workout in. Don't quote me on this, but I think the dumbbells went up to about 60 or 65. You've got your Peloton bikes, a few treadmills, a stair stepper, as well as a loose barbell if you want to get in some bench press or back squats. But all in all, I think it's a pretty solid gym. I can't imagine a ton of people flooding in here throughout the day, so expect to have it more for yourself. And on the 10th floor, we also have the Sky Lounge. And when I walk in here, I just feel like I am in a fancy hotel in Vegas. You've got the black countertops, all of your gold finishes, as well as a window behind the bar here and all of the fancy china and the wine glasses. And it's not an open bar here, but they do host about 4 or 5 resident events every single month where they bring in food, champagne, fancy cocktail, and this is where you will most likely be for those events, so that way you can mix and mingle with your neighbors.
If you're getting any value whatsoever from this video, then you got to do this thing. And obviously you are free to walk into the leasing office here all on your own and accept whatever public incentives that they give you and reserve a unit. But because I'm a locator here in Dallas, I do have relationships with the majority of the leasing offices in the area, and I can help you capture additional incentives and move-in bonuses that can help make your living situation just a little more affordable. Selene actually incentivizes me to bring new residents through the door, so it's not like you'd be cutting me a check for my services. That is being taken care of by the other party. There is absolutely no skin off your back to go ahead and reach out. So if you want to live at the Selene, make sure to do this thing, and I will do absolutely the best that I can for you.
So kicking things off with the floor plan, I only have one unit that we're going to show you today, and this is the model unit, the B11 2-bed, 2.5 bath, that starts around $7,000 a month, depending on which floor of the building that you are in. And I can imagine I probably just blew your socks off, but this unit is huge. And for context, if you're looking at a one-bedroom between 600 to 800 square feet, those rents can start from $3,000 all the way up to $3,500 depending on the level. But showing you the model unit here, it's going to give you a good idea of the finish out, the trims, as well as the overall style of the units here at the Selene. And right off the bat, I think my favorite part is going to be the kitchen. I mean, even the island alone, I wish I could teleport this island to my apartment here in Victory Park, and I would have the coolest kitchen in the neighborhood. And as you can tell just by looking at this unit, this is totally different than some of the other floor plans that I've been showcasing on my channel. Just the level of detail in the construction that was put into these units is unlike anything that I've ever seen before. And what I really like about it is that the style and the colors and the shades and the gold trims that are used in the kitchen, you're going to see a lot of uniformity as you're looking in the bedrooms and the bathrooms. So in this unit, you've also got a bar as well as a wine fridge. The walk-in closet is immaculate. The shower is second to none. And there is not a single shred of carpet anywhere in any of these units, as you're going to have hardwood all the way throughout. And lastly, we have the dog park here, which is going to be near the lobby on the first floor. It's not a huge park, but you've got enough for your dog to do your business. I think the majority of the folks that live here just walk around the neighborhood and pick up after their dogs. And then you're also going to have your pet washing station right next to the dog park, of which you've got your running water, your blowers, and make sure to bring your own soap.
That is going to wrap us up here for our tour of the Selene. And if you have any questions about anything that I covered, feel free to drop me a line. All my information is below in the description, and I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. And by the time you finish watching this video, you're probably thinking, you know what, Lucas? I'm not too sure if I want to pay a mortgage to live in an apartment complex, which is fair to say. And if that's the case, feel free to check out this playlist, because I made a video just like this one over some of the most popular apartment complexes in the Dallas area, which will be helpful as you're doing some more research. So hope y'all stay safe, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all be good.